For ladies, you need to be able to know when the guy really loves you. Love is not a feeling. Hi, my name is Niyi Odunsi, and this is the Good News Channel TV. We're on the Bedroom Talk channel, and I've been talking to you about where to get information from about sex. We've spoken about the fact that God invented sex. There's a manual for sex, and I've encouraged you, look at the Songs of Solomon. It's one of the books of the Bible. It says a lot about sex. It lets you understand that sex was originally God's idea and not man's idea. Now, if you remember what I had said earlier on, that the source of your information determines the quality of your choices, the quality of your decisions. So if you relate that to what we've been talking about, it shows that when you get your information about sex from friends, from your own experiences, from the internet, from pornography, from movies, if that's the source, if those are the sources of your information about sex, because they're not the original source, they're not the authentic source, then the chances of your making the right decisions when it comes to sex is very poor. Let me put it that way. This is the reason why the world is upside down when it comes to sex. Now, sex is one of the most abused things in the world. Everything is being sexualized now because people have not gone to the right source to get information about sex. The way sex is being used today is not the way that God designed it. Everything now, whether subtly or even sometimes, most of the time directly, everything is about sex. Advertisements are about sex. Movies, there are hardly any movies without sexual content in them. No sexual content, you still have nudity in them, because people don't know where to get the right information about sex from. So there's a lot of abuse. Sex is being abused all over the world. And this is the reason why society now is dysfunctional. There are a lot of crimes being committed because of the abuse of sex. You've got people now, you've got so many cases of rape these days. You've got so many cases of adultery. You've got so many cases of abortion. You've got so many cases of lost sexual abuse, sexual crimes, because people have not gone to the right source to get information about sex. So I'm not surprised, personally, I'm not surprised that the world is the way it is when it comes to sex, because people have not gone to the manual, and that's the Bible, to find out God's purpose for sex, to find out the nature of sex. They've not gone to find out the design of sex. They've not gone to find out the needs when it comes to sex, the needs of the two people who get involved in sex. So you have to be very careful. That's why I said at the beginning, sex, when you read the manual, it's clear that sex is strictly for married couples. That's why when you go outside it, you have unwanted pregnancies, and that's a huge problem. Huge problem these days. Sex is strictly for married couples. Now, what you have to remember always is this. When you don't get information from the authentic source, when you don't get information from the manual, now you are in danger of hurting yourself, damaging the product, misusing the product. And now we're talking about humans. When we're talking about sex, you can imagine the amount of damage that has been done to humans because of the abuse of sex. You can imagine the things like rape, the consequences of people not getting information from the right source, which is from God, which is from the manual. So, let me encourage you. We can change things by going back to the authentic source, the right person, the inventor of sex. We can change things by going back to the manual to get our information on sex. If we want to make any change, there's no other way. Don't go away. I'll be back.